Hey guys, David Pingree here in the pits, the factory Yamaha Monster Energy racing team, and I've got Justin Barcia's number 51 bike, but it's got the red plates on it right now. He is currently leading the series after 2 races, and this thing is sweet. You know, they went back to the drawing board after the Nationals last year, really trying to kind of just start from scratch, make sure they hadn't gone off on a wrong course in their development and testing. And it was interesting to see some of the things that they changed on this bike, and the direction change that they made. At the end of the day, I was talking to Jimmy Perry. They, like I said, they went back to square one and started just adding one little piece at a time. Did a lot of testing through Barcia, through the Geneva Supercross, and then all, of course, here in the Southern California test tracks leading up to A1. And then Justin himself doing a lot more riding, doing a lot more testing, and staying healthy. And all that's led to a guy who came out, won the opener, and has consistently been running near the front. Let's check out his ride. So at the front of JB's bike here, Brenthal bars and grips, and you can see a lot of the, again, titanium everything on this thing. Banjo bolts all wire tied up so they don't go anywhere. Instead of bolting on things that they already had, they kind of said, all right, let's start from the very beginning and move forward that way. So these triple clamps are stock. That gives you a little bit more flex than if you go to something that's aftermarket and bigger, a little more solid. So interesting that he's running those with KYB Works forks. Kite front wheels, beautiful blue anodized, matches their the DID blue rims. Pro Circuit launch control for the start device there. As you get to the side of the bike, you see a lot of really cool carbon fiber pieces here. The skid plate, again, really recessed in to eliminate its profile, not let mud pack between the skid plate and the engine, and just try to keep it tucked up as tight as possible. And a lot of this engine from the side anyway looks like it's stock. They didn't do any coatings to this thing. You can see he's polished the brake pedal there, but mostly stock. It's got a recluse clutch in this thing, and titanium foot pegs with a really cool billet mount as well. But everything else, a lot of stock looking stuff on here. As you drop back, you can see the swing arm all polished up. Looks very cool. Lightspeed makes a lot of the carbon fiber for these guys. I'm always a little bit surprised at this rear brake guard. This thing being so encompassing, looks like it would hold heat in, but they're obviously not having an issue with it because they've been running the same one for several years. Really cool kite hubs. And then as you get back here and look at this muffler on the back, this blue carbon on the back here, I wish you could buy that or get it, but you sure can't unless you ride for factory Yamaha. Now this team uses Vortex chain and sprockets, which is a little different, that they don't run Renthal all the way around, but that's the way they do it. And then this bike is obviously factory Yamaha engine with some GOITR components, and really cool Pro Circuit exhaust. You can see their logo kind of etched into this header, which is obviously unique design because it's backward facing. And they've got a bung in here. It's plugged right now, but they can easily tap into that if they ever feel like they're having any kind of issues with the engine, and they can get some good feedback on what's going on. Pro Circuit shift lever on here. And Justin has a pretty pronounced hump in his seat. You know, I think for guys, the hump helps you stay in place when you're accelerating out of turns. I think it's most important for the start, especially now these guys have 100% traction coming off that metal grate. Coming around to the front, again, you see what looks to be a stock front brake. It looks like an oversized rotor up here, but the front brake itself is all stock line. But this looks to be a lot of stock components. And as you jump up top one more time and look at these levers, the clutch lever is an arc lever, a lot stronger, easier adjustment, big wheel there so you can adjust slack out of your clutch. And he is your current points leader after 2 rounds. Be a hell of a story if Justin Barcia could come back and win this title.